All right guys, are you trying to get that seat onto your RSF? Let's go ahead and get into it in this video. We are specifically going to be looking at the RSF and upgrading the seat to a Surron seat or the Lunna floating seat. I believe they attach the same way. I cheaped out and got the Surron seat. Probably should have got the Lunna floating, but we'll see what happens if I like it or not. So we did order a sweet little bracket setup from an Etsy seller. He designed this and I think has been selling it for a little bit, to where this is more of the upgraded version with metal plates. He's recommending this more for us wheelie community and having a little bit stronger hold. So looks pretty strong, honestly. We'll go ahead and jump into how we get this onto the bike. So I am kind of bummed out to have to add the seat. I am a huge fan of the whole tail rear fender of the stock RSF. I think it looks amazing. The blinkers and the taillight are from our EMF plug-and-play system with our 12 volt. It really makes a clean finish. It looks like a real motorcycle with everything hooked on. So I'm kind of bummed out to take it off, to be honest, but I am 6'3". I'm too big for these bikes the way it is, so anything we can do to get me some more knee and leg room, we have to do. So this Surron seat will push us a little more to sitting where that is, which also will be a lot better spot for wheelies. Right now I'm able to crank wheelies, having the power, but I am sitting forward on the bike, so I'm not able to lean back as much as I would like to. Guys, let's check it out. So we are of course going to go ahead and remove all of this. So we're going to go ahead and take our bolts out from the seat, and then we'll unscrew the two Allen keys and take this rear fender off. We'll unplug our blinkers. All right, now that everything's off of there, we're gonna go ahead and start mounting up our brackets. Now for our rear bracket, I actually was lucky enough that they gave us the taillight mount. So if you guys want a taillight mount, you're gonna have to pick this out separately. It could have pre-drilled holes already so that your taillight can mount up depending on what taillight. When we get new EMF options more specific to this, hopefully he'll have those options for you to pick from there. So basically you have this piece that comes on it, and we're going to replace it with this piece that has these little holes that is specific for this taillight mount bracket to hook onto. Okay, so we have mainly these three brackets on here, and that's what we're going to be attaching to. So we're going to use a 10mm, and that's what we have down here. So we've taken our bolts off. Again, this is just this flat looking bracket and comes on like this. So we kind of have this ready to just drop in there. We're going to drop that on. We're going to make sure we have our washer and our nut that was already provided on there. And we're going to go ahead and pop that on the bottom. All right, we don't want to over tighten anything as usual. So there's our first bracket on. We can kind of see what's going to happen there. That's going to go in there, and we do have a little bit of movement. They've allowed us some play. Now, when looking at our second bracket, we see that we have these things, and we do want those pointed forward to allow it to catch in this spot so we don't have a soft spot in the middle of our seat. So this will kind of end up sitting right there and be able to catch us and have a firm sitting spot up front too. So same thing, we'll go ahead and pop that on. All right, for the third bracket, and now this is where if you got the tail light, you'll see that this one is going to basically replace this other one. So I'm not sure if I got both or not, but just something to note. Another thing is the bracket goes up. So you want these holes to be put in so that they're up, so that that little tail plate sits flush with the top and comes down. Very good lineup so far too. Perfect fit. All right, so there we are. These brackets are like insanely solid. So super impressive, very nice work. I'm absolutely loving that. Let's see, our Surron seat, slip on. We do have adjustments, which is very nice. So we get our tail plate on there. Again, these are different pre-drill options. He left it blank for me because I wasn't sure what I'm going to do with it. So I guess I have the tail plate up like this. I don't know if you wanted to have this the other way. I don't know if it would be less strong, but maybe it would drop it down a little bit lower so that it drops below a little bit more. All right, guys, so they're on there. I mean, dude, it's like solid as can be, actually. Those plastics feel super hard and nice print quality. I mean, the metal is like solid on there. Beating on it, because you know I'm gonna be beating it. So we'll go ahead, I can show the finished kind of outlook. It's on there. See, we have a little bit of pivot, so if you want to get as far back as you can get that extra like inch or half inch. If you want to butt it up a little closer for a clean look, I think that's why, kind of butter in there. So I mean, it looks great. Of course, lastly, go ahead and get those nuts that go onto your Surron seat. Bolt those down and under, all good. Strap that seat on where you want it, and you're good to go. Oh yeah, that feels way better. And like I said, if I had the floating seat, that's supposed to be even a better feel, but that puts me already back to where my knees aren't hugging, where they were really hugging in here. I can get back now, so. I mean, yeah, we can see me from being up here with the other seat to where I am now back here, where I'm able to kind of lean back and have some space with the bars turned in, not quite hitting. I'm always gonna be too big for these Razors, but I'm aware of that, so this is a much better outcome for me. This thing is like insanely secure. I'm actually super impressed with it. I mean, like pretty much pick the bike up and around by it. So I think this is a great option. We can see my fit on it is much better. I'm set back here farther, so I think I can get away with the stock bars. I just like keeping the look, but unfortunately this other seat had me up here where, I mean, I was in the forks, so this puts me a lot more back. It's gonna give us some good wheelies. We'll go crank some out. Alright, so you guys can see with this putting me kind of farther back on the seat, I'm able to, before I wasn't able to turn and my wheelie's good because I was kind of crammed in, so gives me a little more freedom and puts my center balance a little farther back, where I'm kind of sitting more where I want to be right here rather than up here where it's kind of forcing me down. So awesome upgrade. If you guys are wondering what some of these other parts on this bike are, check some other videos out where we go over the parts on this bike specifically, and we have plenty of other builds to check out as well. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate y'all, and we'll catch you next time. Peace out.